What a race to start the lab with this week. It's the Australian Guineas Group 1 and a couple of the biggest stars in the sport resume in Haitotsu and Profondo.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you meant me resuming. My apologies.
You are back.
I am
Welcome
back.
Cam Luke back from America and here to find us a winner in this great race. Before we do, soft 5 the track, but could go either way depending on how much rain we get. 1,600 metres, nice start, wide draws, not too hurtful from out there.
I'm excited to get into the settle grid because, of course, I think Procero will go forward, Zarel will go forward, Rhinoceros, Lightsaber will push forward. But the big question mark...
Profondo, Haitotsu.
The 2 Group 1 winners from last year, both drawn interestingly, all right? Profondo from 15 will come in a little bit with the emergencies if they come out. He doesn't need to lead, but Robbie Dolan just needs to get a little bit of cover. His first up, mile Australian Guineas, not easy to do, don't want to be 3 wide, no cover, so if he can find it, I think it gives him a great deal of help. Haitotsu, you mentioned the rain, he'll come into barrier 1 if Corona Lad comes out. I'm just not certain with some surface water, barrier 1 is the place to be, so Captivant, Pinstripe, Forgot You, I think will get better runs in transit in this particular race, but they're the 2 better horses going forward, no doubt.
Well, Profondo's been a little bit easy in the betting. $4.20 you can see in the latest Ladbrokes market at $4.40 because the money has come for Captivant. $8 into $6.50.
It's funny you say that because that's where I am. Deep in a prep, Caulfield Guineas, he nearly beat Animo. If he runs up to that, he wins this race. I'm bullish. I think he'll get there. Forgot You, for me, really the roughie. Bit of value, bit of sting out of the ground. I think he'll run really well.
Well, Bossy will never talk to me again. For a month, he's been telling me Profondo's the most exciting horse in the land. I'm going with him to win first up. He's got real X factor. And I'm going to go a 4 out of 5. Is Bossy right? Is Profondo the most exciting horse this autumn? Leave it in the comments below. On to the Randwick Guineas. Terrific race, Cam. Some of the stars go to Melbourne. The others run on the wet up here in Sydney.
Yeah, no doubt. The rain's played a huge factor this week, which also plays a factor when it comes to the track ammo.
Yeah, but it's a lovely start here. They're going to be on the heaviest of possible tracks, a heavy 10. This is one of the great starts in Australian racing, the Randwick 1600, and it's very fair.
Which means every horse gets an opportunity. Look, I'll put it straight up. Military Expert will lead. We'll go straight from one of those outside gates and be able to lead them out. But you want to talk about the big 3?
Yeah, the big guns. You got Converge, Hilal, who almost beat Animo last time, and draws better, and Animo from the wide draw.
I'm glad you mentioned the gate there. Converge will go forward. I think they'll want to stay off the rail, so it won't get behind Military Expert, but we'll stay close enough to the pace. Hilal, you mentioned it. Take the bad luck out of what happened last start, and you'll get to that in a moment, and go forward. Willie Pike from barrier 4, rather than try and go past Animo, get in front of it. It'll be a slog in the straight, and we know how great Animo is, and he's drawn barrier 8, so he's going to have to find a little bit of luck. Horses might go forward knowing that the track will play a particular way, so if I'm Willie Pike, I'm going forward in Halal, and I'm making Animo go past me rather than the other way this time, because last time, bad luck, although Animo's a superstar, might have played a part in what actually happened at the end. What's the market telling me, Hamo?
I'm surprised here because I thought $2 was short enough for Animo, but despite the heavy ground, they've taken it into $1.90. He is clear favourite, and Hilal staying around that $6 mark.
Got to admit, Hamo, that's some of my money. I always tell myself best horse in the race traditionally wins it, and I'm going to back it. But I will say the heavy 10 makes me a little bit nervous. So only 3 out of 5 for Animo. Royal Zal 2 for 2 on the heavy. Don't think can win, but I'm going to include in my multis.
Look, I'm going to go for Hilal on an each-way basis. Copped a whack over the snoz last start, held up at a crucial stage, Willie Pike, and drawn to turn it around and beat Animo this time. Love Hilal on an each-way basis, and I'm going to go a 4 out of 5. Do you think Animo can overcome the wet track and win? Leave it in the comments below. Now on to the Blamey Stakes, some of the real weight for age stars in action. And Cam, I want to get straight into this settle group.
Hey, the big boys back. Zaki we see in Melbourne. This is an interesting one over the mile.
Zaki, you've picked 4 out here. Mr. Brightside, Inspirational Girl. But Luna Fox, really?
It's his day. He stuffed everyone's quaddy last year when he won the Australian Guineas. The reason I'll say this, Zaki won't want a gut buster. I don't think, keeping in mind, 1,300 metre race where he was meant to be in Sydney, now first up for a mile, only a couple of weeks out from the All-Star Mile. So I don't think he'll cruise along in front. So he needs to be able to find a little bit of galloping room, of which Luna Fox drawn on its outside. If it jumps well and goes forward, won't allow it to get. So that's why I've got Luna Fox as somewhat critical. Mr. Brightside, run of the race to Mr. Brightside from barrier 4. It either sits on the back of Luna Fox, or if it is sluggish away the Fox, it can go forward and keep Zaki in a little bit of that pocket. As I said, Jamie Carr at some point probably won't want to lead, but needs galloping room for the big boy. She'll want to come off the fence. So if they can keep him as long as possible and get, with the fit horse, a little bit of a run on it, that's why I think Luna Fox has a big say in this. Inspirational Girl will go straight back, which is the best way she runs, and she's going to be really hard to beat. What's the market telling us, Hamo?
It's telling us that there's a big wariness around Zaki. Open to $2, you can see now, out to $2.15. Little bit of support for Mr. Brightside and Inspirational Girl.
And I can see why, Hamo. I am going against Zaki. Mr. Brightside for me, race fitness and the run of the race I think that he will get. But I'm only have 3 out of 5 confidence meter because Zaki, you know I love him. He's the best horse in the race, but I'm going to err on the side of fitness.
Both of us going against Zaki. We're going against this favourite. I'm with Inspirational Girl on an each-way basis. 4 out of 5, unbeaten second up, blinkers go on. Love the first up run. Inspirational Girl for me. Do you think Zaki can win this one first up? Leave it in the comments below.